A very good evening to one and all, and a warm welcome to the In-Service Skills Enhancement Program presented by VidyaDaan Foundation. I am Shweta Batra, and I'm here to take you through the session. To begin with, I would like to introduce VidyaDaan to our audience. VidyaDaan Foundation is a transformative non-profit organization. It is dedicated to empowering underprivileged children, youth, and women through the power of education. With an unwavering commitment to fostering a brighter future, VidyaDaan Foundation is at the forefront of providing high-quality education in India, thereby enabling disadvantaged children to unlock their potential to the fullest. To enhance the quality of education, it also conducts teacher training programs. To remain at the forefront of the education sector, it is crucial for educators to stay updated with the latest advancements. Additionally, as a policy requirement, every education professional must engage in 50 hours of continuous professional development annually. The In-Service Skills Enhancement Program represents a significant initiative to fulfill this requirement. We are pleased to have trained over 13,000 teachers across India and are committed to extending this opportunity to educators from the CBSE, ICSE, and the state board schools. The ISEP, that is the In-Service Skills Enhancement Program, as it's popularly known as, is a capacity building program which is designed to enhance teaching skills, provide updates on the latest educational trends, and equip educators with the essential tools needed to excel in their roles. The sessions are both engaging and informative, delivered by the industry experts. We shall have a session every Saturday from 5 to 6. Point to be noted is that educators who successfully attend the program will be receiving a valid e-certificate which states that you have completed 1 hour of training. I will briefly inform you about the process here. After the presentation by the speaker, we will be sharing a link, a questionnaire, which would be based on today's content. The person who scores 7 and above is eligible for the e-certificate. Please note that the link has to be filled before you leave the meeting. In case you want the e-certificate, you will have to pay a small fee of ₹100 and you will receive your e-certificate via WhatsApp within 7 working days. Coming to the session, I would like to introduce our speaker to you all. Our expert for today is our own Mrs. Vipin Sharma, Academic Advisor VidyaDaan, ex-principal Vidya Bharati Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Jamshedpur. Madam has been conducting educational sessions for educators for more than 10 years and has conducted over, I'm sure, 2,000 and odd hours of training in both methods, online and offline. Madam is a recipient of the National Award for Teachers from the hands of Honorable President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, in 2013. Also, she has received the Chinmaya Gaurav Award from Shri Swami Tejomayanandji and the Best Principal Award in 2011, to mention a few of the accolades that she has received. Today, with the topic on NEP, Madam will be presenting the valuable inputs from her end. It is indeed a great honor to have you, Madam, on board. And dear viewers, in case you have relevant questions pertaining to today's topic, I request you to put them on the chat, in the YouTube chat, and we shall try to address them if time permits. With this, Madam, I request you to please carry on with the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Prashantji. Thank you, VidyaDaan. And I'm sure audience are also there. I must say thanks to them. Today, we are going to talk about National Education Policy 2020. But before I begin the prayer, I'll just have per session, I'll have a little prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Once again, welcome to the session NEP 2020. Again, I'll just begin with Gurudev's quote. Gurudev said, "Children are the very cream of our generation. They are the rulers and makers of tomorrow. Upon them depends the future of the nation and the safety of our culture and tradition. So let us give them holistic education. So NEP 2020 speaks about holistic education. Again, Gurudev said, training the mind is essence of education. And that is what NEP 2020 speaks about, training about soft skills of the children. So that because children are the future of the nation, not only nation, but the world. So let us give them education that empowers them, that enlightens them. So education is fundamental for achieving full human potential. But today I'm going to talk about some previous policies. I'm talking about aim of education, vision and key principles, early childhood and care and education, curriculum pedagogy in schools, teachers and teachers trainings, equitable and inclusive education, regulation and accreditation of school education. Other key areas are, I will not touch upon all but a few: adult education, promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture. But again, before I exactly move into NEP 2020, I'll talk about previous policies. I tell you, in 1993, Government of India it took the resolution for the development of education. So just think, it was a resolution. And in 1937, Vardha Commission with the Gandhiji, okay, he formulated through Vardha Commission education policy. But ultimately, in 1944, before independence, the first attempt to develop national education system was planned. Coming to next, then finally, not finally, it is a continuous process. So Sargent Commission came into existence in 1944. It spoke about pre-primary in the form of nursery 3 to 6, basic schools, juniors 6 to 11 and seniors, and 11 to 14 years, then secondary 14 to 16, and examinations. This commission suggested for internal examination. It also spoke about academic and technical and vocational education. Now, I want to mention that this NEP 2020, if you ask, the roots were there, but implementation is no, with many more changes. But this will give an idea that how earlier the education policies work, but actually it was not framed. So, mother tongue to be made as medium of instruction, but English was compulsory because we are under British rule. So, English was compulsory. No resolution. Then technical vocational adult education, I already spoke about. Then trained teacher, even now NEP 2020 is talking about training of teachers. Evaluation of reports, assessment is going on. Process. Employment bureaus, even these are now, even I think in other states also, in Jamshedpur, we are deeply connected to employment bureaus where we talk about education and the number of trained teachers. So what I mean to say, the training teacher still has its own value. So 1945, UGC was established. It changed to University Grant Committee later. Time frame was 40 years, reduced to 60 years. Earlier it was said any education policy might be revamped in 40 years, but it was reduced to 16 years. Again, 1986, the policy was framed. These were the changes by CBSE from new academic session. And abolishing formal examination from classes 1 to 5. Semesterization from 1 to 8, that still continues. So now, even now, what education policy was framed in 1986, continuing. Semesterization from 1 to 8. Internal examination for 9 to 11. Again, I'm talking about previous policies. To promote the holistic dimensions of education, the scheme of studies to have 60% weightage to scholastic and 42 non-scholastic. It was initiated. Why I'm saying, when I talk about NEP 2020, if you're writing down the points, you can compare and see the changes. Education policy, 1998, 1992, implemented in 1998, 1992, 2010. So discontinuation of ranking on aggregate marks and instead awarding merit certificates to top 1% in different subjects. That still continues. Okay. It was adopted in 1992. Then A1 to D2 system was adopted. that still continues. Sorry, in 1988. So what these were adopted in 1988, even now, A1 to D2 is still in practice. In 1992, National Policy of Education was framed to conduct common entrance examination on all India basis. Later, these were bifurcated to various states as well. But this policy was done in 1992. And 2009 was RTE, which was implemented. Now coming to NEP 2020. This is a big thing. There is a paradigm shift in education. This slide is very important. Please note. Structured curriculum. It emphasize on skill-based curriculum. What skills? I'll be talking in that session. Subject focus, no silos, no difference between, various streams. Higher order thinking skills, 21st century, we allow living in, yes, thought process, we are parent generation is generation of 21st century. So the skills need to be enhanced. Traditional subjects to contemporary subjects. I'll be talking about this during my session. So computer literacy to digital literacy. Yeah, everything is digitalized. So this digital literacy that refers to a particular set of competencies that allow to function and participate in fully digital world. So competency-based education is very, very important. This is the call of time. Competency-based education. I would like to mention that the NEP 2020 was the first education policy framed in 21st century. So this is with, yes, improvisations. So it is not highlighted, it's based on competency. Competency speaks about the, how it can develop the skills, how it can develop competence. What are these skills? I'll be talking. No rote learning. No rote learning. I still remember when we were children, we used to, mug up certain things, but it says on concept-based learning, competency-based learning, concept-based learning, and no rote learning is the biggest change for NEP 2020. Now, change in assessment process, I'll be talking about like 360-degree holistic report card. Okay, that I'll be talking about. Aim of education. Now, before I move further, I will talk about the primary aim of education is not to enable students to do well in school, but to help them do well in their lives. They lead outside the school. It is to understand the world around us and the world within us. The world within us speaks about value system, speaks about holistic development. One is academic, another is, value system. Okay, so it is not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human beings. That is the main aim of education. Education that educates. Okay, see, in school, Gurudev said, in school, the lessons are taught first and the tests come later. But in life, we see that the tests come first and the lessons are learned later. So what should be the aim of education? Is it not that we should prepare the students to face the challenges of life? That is real education, I have told in a nutshell. Now, I'm coming to the vision of the policy. I really appreciate, admire, and really love this. Why? The main basic reason is that this education policy has been developed now, but Chinmaya Vidyalayas have already adopted this policy. So we don't have, Chinmaya Vidyalayas all over India or world, you can say that this vision has been already imbibed. So with a little more effort, with a few shifts in the policy, we can do wonders. So the vision of the policy is to develop an education system deeply rooted in Indian ethos, which has the capability to provide high quality education to compete in the global world. See, very important words are here. Education system, Indian ethos. Indian ethos. Okay, we are already following. High quality education. See, rote learning, the students get the marks, but they cannot settle in life. So it is not only marks, but high quality educations that make them good human beings. The curriculum and pedagogy must develop a sense of respect towards fundamental duties and Constitution of India and have a deep bond with the country. So to develop a feel of patriotism, to know about the duty. We all talk about rights, but the policy speaks about duties. Let us think what are our responsibilities. This is all we need to ingrain in the children. So this is a vision of the policy. Swamiji said, a narrow vision is divisive. A broad vision is all inclusive. So I would like to set Swami Tejamanandaji. So this vision of policy, I can say it has been broadly formulated. Constitution of India and have a deep bond with the country. It develops a sense of pride and respect for the country and be responsible for human rights, sustainable development, okay, global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. Ayam nija paroveti gana lagu chetasam udari chaitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. So the vision of this policy is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. If you remember G20, which was, hosted in India also, it spoke about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That world is one. Something happens here, it affects all. So the vision of policy has been really framed. These three are the highlights to, number one, improve the quality of education, to imbibe Indian ethos. Let children know the duties, and they are part of the globe. They are universal. They are a part of the universe. In Chinmaya Vidyalaya, when we talk about CVP, it speaks about universal outlook. Now, these are the key principles. I think something, but anyway, these are the key principles of the policy. It speaks of respect for diversity and local context in all curriculum, pedagogy, and policy. Respect is important. India is a country, unity in diversity. So we need to respect the diversity, equity, and inclusion. Again, I will talk about inclusion. That speaks of inclusive education, education for all. Let everyone be educated. Educated, again here, it is not only numerical, but how they can be good citizens. Community participation, encouragement, and facilitation for philanthropic, private, and community participation, use of technology in teaching and learning, removing language barriers for Divyang students. So all these students also have been taken care. Emphasize conceptual understanding, means no rote learning, conceptual understanding. Let there be concept clarity. These are unique capabilities. Recognizing, identify. Let us talk about identify the quality of the student. What are they good at? What are they passionate for? And let us try to harpen those abilities. Critical thinking and creativity. Let us encourage logical, so that they can take, logical decision. Critical thinking, how they can tap their thought process. This is important. As the students develop skills such as critical thinking and perspective thinking, they are more flexible and increase their ability to work cross-culturally. So critical thinking is associated with knowledge, complex reasoning, beliefs, action, problem identification, all these. So it has been, and creativity. Oh my God, every child is unique. Everyone is creative. How to tackle the creativity? That is a teacher's role. Okay, so NEP speaks about these are the key principles. Okay, how we can tap the creativity, how we can make them work towards critical thinking, how they can think. Okay, that will really help them grow. When I'm talking about, critical thinking, something clicks my mind. It is important to teach students to ask good questions. It is not that whatever they are listening. What are good questions? Why? So that they think critically in order to continue advancement in every field. That is important. So how to tap the thinking, that's our role. Continuous review. That's very next. This slide is again, this is the gist of NEP 2020. Okay, first is foundational stage. It is at multi-level play activity-based learning. Then is preparatory stage, 3 years, 5 years, 3 years. That is why, remember, I said 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. This is a paradigm shift. Okay, but things are same, but it has been restructured. I can say NEP 2020 has been restructured to reach every student. That is important. So foundational stage, preparatory, middle, experiential learning in the sciences, all these to be highlighted. And then secondary, greater critical thinking, multidisciplinary study, flexibility. These are points given. I think we need to ponder over. Now, there are salient features of 4 stages in school. Foundational stage, as I said, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Please remember that. So this is foundational stage. It speaks of play and activity-based, discovery-based learning. It speaks of languages, numbers, continuing play, puppetry, music, dance, art, whatnot. Idea is children are very, curious. And not only that, they are very creative. They are passionate for everything. They love everything. Even if you show the mobile to the child, he will see, he would tap everything and will see what he wants to see. They are very smart. So let us not take them light. And not only that, I emphasize that foundational stage is the is the important stage in child's development. Why? Because that handles the formative years of the children. And formative years are the most important, where we can inculcate the field of good behavior, how they can be courteous, how they can, ethics. A child comes to the class and says, Madam, can I come in? You have taught. Talk politely. You have taught. You have guided, not taught. You have imbibed this culture of behavior, courtesy, ethics, value system. Okay, values need to be ingrained, and foundational stage is the best stage, is the only stage I should say where values are you inculcated. You cannot say when the child will be 16 years old, so value seek lega. No, it has to be graded. It has to be imbibed. It has from at various stages. Maybe the value, the concept of value never changes, but how to adopt at various stages, that changes. So what I mean to say that formative years are very important for the children. Okay, so let us, take care of that is why formative years. In some of the schools, primary teachers are the best. Why? Because they imbibe certain values and culture. Focus on teamwork. Yeah, you can ask me, man, how a child can go for the teamwork? Take them to the field, allow them to make lines, allow them how they should work. They will learn. This is how they will learn. Oh, we have to go there. Why schools have assemblies? So that they know the discipline. It's important. So at every step, okay, we need to imbibe value system in the children at foundational. Now, preparatory, sorry. Yeah, second is preparatory. This is 3 to 5. Here, gradual transition from play-based learning to more formal classroom learning. This is, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. This is next stage, preparatory stage, where they are getting ready for the next stage. Here, interactive teaching learning, introduction of subjects, including physical education, art, language, slowly. Okay, emphasis on reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. Some classes 3, 4, and 5. This preparatory stage includes classes 3 to 5. Then comes middle stage. Here it is subject-oriented, pedagogical and curricular methodology. Subject teachers for learning, discussion. Because see, this is you can say teenage. They are not teenage also. Actually, they are neither children nor adult. They are at the threshold of their youth. So this stage is very difficult to handle. So here we need to be more careful. And here subject teachers for learning, discussion of concepts in each subject across the sciences, all subjects. Okay. Then the high school stage. Okay. 4 years of multidisciplinary study. This is fourth stage. 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Now 4 years of multidisciplinary study. What is multidisciplinary? You can ask me a question there. Okay. So here I'll just give an example. Example of yoga. Just small example. Yoga. How yoga can be taught for physical development. How yoga can be, added for English or Hindi or essay writing. How the song can be composed. Okay, so you can think of one topic, various aspects. That is multidisciplinary study. greater depth, greater critical thinking. It develops. See, they will start thinking. You give any example and you start thinking. There's greater flexibility, students' choice, exposure to more subjects. Even now, NEP 2020 has given, because it has said no silos. Okay, so it has more choice of subjects, more frequent assessment modules. Okay, now, sir, before I move further, I would just like to highlight through NEP 2020, we need to develop these 7 learning competencies. When I talk of, I'll be talking about competency-based education as well. That is collaboration. And this is also, some of these are the part of, 21st century skills. I will tell you, collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, character. These are again part of 21st century skills. Okay, character building, yes, it enhances life skill. Again, when talking about value education, it enhances life skill. Computational thinking, how to create problem and solve problem. That I will talk about computational thinking. So these 7 are learning competencies, how to work together, how to communicate, making children think, tap their think tank, and then slowly citizenship character. No, sorry, this has been repeated. 5 core competencies. Self-aware, CBL. CBL speaks of competency-based learning. How they can be more competent to fight out in this world is competency-based learning. Okay, here the main competencies are self-aware. Let the child know what I'm strong at, what I'm weak at. Self-management, handle oneself. Social awareness speaks of the culture, how to handle in a society. Relationship skills, how to maintain relationships, responsible decision making. So these approaches, the competency-based learning means how we can develop those 7 competencies I spoke about, how we can develop these 5 core competencies. Okay, so NEP 2020 highlights competency-based learning. No, early childhood, I'll go back now, early childhood. Okay, that is foundation of learning. It ensures that all children entering grade 1 are school ready by 2030. Fine. Attain optimal outcome in the domain of physical and motor development. You can see a little child, how happy he is. Allow the child to play. Allow the child to develop his motor skills. Allow for the physical development. Means he should be happy. That is, physics grows. But here physical development means how you can make the child physically, mentally happy in the school. He loves to come to the school. So here, develop his motor development, cognitive development, socio-emotional, how the child should handle himself in the class, with the teachers, with the friends. Slowly through examples, do you develop these socio-emotional development, then cultural, artistic development, and the development of communication, how they should talk to the friends, how they should talk in the community, how they should talk to the parents, how they should talk with school, bhaiya. So these are small little things, but under the proper guidance of the teachers, they learn. ECC is again early childhood care and education, curriculum, and pedagogy development. Okay. Now, foundation of learning. Learning should be based on play-based learning with a focus of all children read with comprehension. They are able to write, understand basic mathematical operation, learn basic life skill. This is foundation of learning. Reading when we talk of reading with comprehension means no rote learning. They should be able to write, understand basic mathematical operations. Basic life skill is a long topic, very used one, but how we can develop life skills, how handle situations in life, how to handle with society, parents, school, all these come under, and how they can behave. Focus of CC is multi-phased, flexible, multi-level, play-based, activity-based, already I spoke about. Inquiry-based learning. This makes me tell you, even if a child asks the questions, don't tell him to shut up and sit down. Please answer the queries. That comprises alphabets, language, numbers, counting, colors, and whatnot. You can keep on adding to the long list. Developing here I spoke about developing social capacities through all these, how you can develop their social behavior, because this is very, very important. Good behavior, courtesy, ethics, I spoke about, incorporating numerous rich local tradition. Yeah, small children, you can organize like for them, art classes, stories, tell them poems, let them play the games, songs. There are various fancy dress competition. A variety of activities you can plan of. You can see the child with his hands showing everyone what he would have done. The teacher would have given him, okay, come on, put your palms and show everyone. That's it. Put your hands in color and again put the fingerprints. So you have to think of how you can make the child learn happily. Okay. Optimal expected outcomes are physical and motor development, cognitive, socio-emotional, cultural, artistic, development of communication, literacy. These are expected. Schooling should be enjoyable. Wow, let the child feel, I'm happy at school. Learning should be holistic, integrated. Cultural, artistic development, achieving skills of reading, writing, and speaking. Attainment of foundational literacy. This is second stage. I spoke about 5 plus 3 plus 3. This is second. Attainment of foundational FLL. Okay. This is the most important. Everything is important. I don't say all these are important. But here it speaks of foundation. No, primary 3 to 5. Reinforcements of the groundwork. Whatever they have learned in the primary classes, it has to be reinforced. Building a strong framework for identifying, developing, nurturing talents in arts and sports, integrating them in curriculum. Everything needs to be, nothing is away. It has to be integrated education system, thereby creating a seamless transition to the next stage. Again, play, discovery, activity-based activities need to be emphasized. Okay, NEP 2020 speaks about activity-based learning. This is very, very important. Through activities, they learn better. In fact, I will see if I get time. I'll talk about like art integrated learning. Okay, through art also we can make them learn. There are two types. One is performing art, and another is one more art. Let me think. Okay, so through development of language skills to continue, incorporation of light textbooks, okay, more formal but interactive classroom, physical education, foundation of solid groundwork across subjects, storytelling, an important pedagogical tool that illuminates as well as makes it easy for the young students to understand and assimilate what is taught. So storytelling is, I think, not only that, sometimes you should tell them story, allow them to read the story, and they should also come back and tell a story. Idea, see, as a teacher, we should tell a story, but sometimes let them read stories and speak in front of the class, speak in the assembly. They will be learning. The relationship between subjects to be highlighted. Slowly you can start integrating, like as I give an example of art. Okay. Visual art and performing art. Both are equally important. So relationships we can highlight through uh, uh, all these art integration. Okay. Now again, one-to-one peer learning that becomes enjoyable and inspirational books for students at all levels with high quality translation in Indian languages. As I already spoke about, they also can read the story 3 to 5 by the time they grow. See, reading is a very good habit. Okay, so we should allow them to read of their level. There is age difference. You should guide them what books they should read, what story. Sometimes on their own, let them read. Okay, I tell you frankly, I don't know about some school, but in some of other schools, but in some of the school, the students go to library, always look for physics, chemistry, mathematics books, or sometimes hardly they look for the storybook because to them only it haunts education, fine. But at the same time, why I'm saying? Because this habit needs to be developed from the childhood. From class 3 to 5 of their level, start giving. Book clubs to be initiated. National book promotion policy to be formulated. Okay? Availability, accessibility, books to be made available, accessible. And again, quality and leadership. Learning languages, use of mother tongue. This is very important aspect of, NEP 2020. Use of mother tongue, local language as a medium of instruction is recommended till class 5. If they are not able to, okay, they are English medium, fine. Teach through English, but some basic concept nahi aaya to bata dijiye na, so what? Doesn't matter. Idea the child has to learn. 3 languages at preparatory level, of which 2 should be Indian. No language to be forced on a child. Every student in grade 5 and beyond has to achieve foundational literacy, that is, again, reading, learning, comprehension. Middle, 6 to 8. Suggested study that speaks 6 to 8, that speaks about courses on soft skill, ethical values, satya, seva, respect. This is the high time when we talk about value system. They are, as I said, they are very, very, young. They can take into all these, right? Emotional resilience, very important. Let us handle children emotionally. I keep on, always I remember Gurudev said, Swami Tejamanandaji said, don't teach the child, touch the child. Yeah, emotional bond is very important and it will develop his soft skills. Constitutional values, pride in India, spirit of service, lessons on literature, people of India, skill development. This is the base of NEP 2020. It is basically talking of the most important I spoke about competency-based learning. That is, in fact, how to develop various skills. It is an emphasis on practical knowledge and skill development to begin from class 8. Every student to be taught coding and vocational as per choice. By 2025, next year, let us see, 50% of learners through your school and higher education shall have exposure to vocational education. I think they have made they have given 9 options, okay, and they can adopt. So music and art to create a strong community of educators. Music and art not only as a subject, but art integrated learning. Sports integrated learning, how value can be, clubbed together, okay, and how they learn through values. That is important. Emphasis on current affairs, that's also important. Local artistic tradition and cultural heritage to be brought out. And emphasis on practical knowledge and skill development to begin from class 8. They should be taught. This, I think, this is a repetitive. Oh, have I gone up? Okay. Highlights of pedagogical, competency-based education, already I spoke about, but there should be modules on preparing and implementing pedagogical plans on CBL and outcome. Outcomes are very important. Integration of subjects, art integrated learning and sport integrated learning to be emphasized. This is pedagogical structure of NEP 2020 and compete. It has to have number 1, competency-based, number 2, integration of subjects. Number 3, development of a scientific temper. Induction, inculcation of knowledge and practice of human and constitutional values. Scientific temperament refers to a child's attitude of logical and rational thinking, a scientific method of decision making in everyday life. So these are parts. There are few more parts of this pedagogical structure. Number 1, competency-based. Number 2, integration of subjects. Number 3, development of scientific temper. Next is, as I already spoke about, art integrated learning, enhances language for expression, for holistic learning and development of every child. It enhances all-round development. It helps to develop 3 domains, very important: cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Please remember the word CAP, CAP, CAP. That is cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. Inclusive classrooms. No silos, that is next. Means no separation between curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular, academic and vocational. Science and humanity, this is very important. A child studying science can take humanities. A child studying humanities can take chemistry or physics, whatever. So there is no silos. They have to, there is no silos among साइंस एंड ह्यूमैनिटीज. हम कहते हैं ना आर्ट स्ट्रीम है, कॉमर्स है और ह्यूमैनिटीज है, ऑल दीज, बट नो, it's science, no biomath, science. Humanities, there is no silos between science and humanity. Sports, art, and academics. This is, again, emphasis on digital literacy, computational thinking, ethics, and moral reasoning. Emphasis on, digital literacy means one should be able to understand and use technology that allows to find, create online and for to useful. I think everything is now going digital. Okay, but how, what are implications that we should guide? Promotion of multilingual teaching, Just a minute. 1 minute. Why it is not moving? Yeah. Contemporary subject. Yeah. Some schools already have adopted artificial intelligence. Okay. Holistic health, data science, design thinking. These are contemporary subjects schools are advised to adopt. Okay. Just a minute. Why it is not moving? Okay. This is about 21st century skills I was talking about. Okay. These are in 3 parts: learning, communication, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration. Remember, all 4 C's, then problem solving and scientific temper. See, I cannot complete everything in a day. You find out the ways how to develop learning skill, how to develop literacy skills, and how to develop life skills. Ethics, social responsibility, health and fitness. So all 10 skills, all these 12 skills have been in 3 parts: learning, literacy, and life skills. So you have to find out various ways. Okay. Now, year-long course 6 to 8. Survey and hands-on experience of a sampling of important vocational crafts. Already I told you there are plenty. The child can take whatever. Can take carpentry, electric work, metal, gardening, whatever. Decided by states and local communities as mapped by need. It's up to the school that what are the feasible means available. But it is important that they must have hands-on experience. Just a minute. Now, emphasis on vocational education, 10-day bagless period. I think some schools have started. Internship opportunities to learn vocational subject throughout. It is not 1, 6 to 8 as well, or internship opportunities. Vocational courses through online mode also you can plan it out. Okay, not necessary. It can be planned through online mode as well. Okay. Just now, emphasis on vocational education, periodic exposure to activities outside school through like meeting local artists. You can invite also local artists to the school. ODL is very important. Vocational courses can be offered through ODL, online, open and distance learning. Okay. Online you can say. Okay. Knowledge of India. This is again knowledge from ancient India and its contribution to modern India and challenges. India's future aspirations with regard to education. Indian knowledge systems, including tribal knowledge, traditional ways of learning, and specific courses in medicinal practices, forest management. See, this is know your India. I should sum up in one word: know your India. That is important. Let us know about India. Let us be proud of our India. Just a minute. Why it is? Okay. Now, competitions in school for learning various topics, video documentaries, luminaries, students to visit different states as a part of cultural exchange. We should go for cultural exchange programs. Constitutional values to be developed in students, knowledge of critical issues facing local communities. These also need to be taken care. Why I'm saying, see, these are just to quote a few, but you can plan many. Health education, that is basic training in health, including preventive health, mental health, and well-being. Nutrition, personal public hygiene, first aid, damaging effects of alcohol, tobacco. See, we need to talk about health education. This is again a prime requisite of education. We cannot leave our children just like that. We have to ensure that they are not addicted. They should be, aware of our culture and move forward. In fact, vocational education, this already I spoke about. Multilingualism, mother tongue. See, already I discussed that language, local language as medium of instruction, wherever possible, until at least grade 5. Okay. The language of India, you can give a fun project to the children. They can know the diversity. See, you also can plan out some activities in the school where they can talk about languages and various other. So language learning is again assessment. National Curriculum Framework for School Aim is important. NCFS. Aim of assessment is shift from rote memorizations to formative is competency assessment. When I was talking about the competency-based learning, so how to know the competency? It is check that how much they have understood, how much they have comprehended. Promotes learning and development of students. Test higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. Assessment of students' development. They will all take, this is important. It has not been implemented, but shortly it might. The schools have to do it. All the schools will take school examinations in 3, 5, and 8. Test core concepts and move away from rote memorization. Student data is anonymized. Public disclosure by schools of their overall outcomes. Use data for continuous monitoring and improvement. Okay. This is achievement of basic learning outcomes through assessment of core concept and knowledge from the national and local curricula, along with relevant higher order skills, application of knowledge. This is for, at higher level. So students need to be assessed. No, this is 360-degree holistic report card. The holistic progress will form an important link between home and school. The results of school examination, as I said, only for development purposes. Public disclosure, no. Okay. Now here, progress in project-based and inquiry. These are some of the, aspects. You can just have a glance and you can place in your assessment process. Okay. This is 360-degree multi-dimensional report card for students. Okay. Again, it checks the CAP CAP. It checks cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. Here we need to go for assessment by parents, school assessment, home, and there's a link. So all software can be used, whatever it is, but important is peer assessment, teacher assessment, assessment by the parents, and assessment by the teachers. Okay. Guidelines, transformation of assessment system to align with the national curriculum, framework for school, NCFSC has been done. A new and comprehensive national curriculum framework will be formulated. NPS, National Professional Teacher Standard, to set benchmark for expectation of the role of teachers. That we all know, well aware of the role of our teachers. Okay. Just a minute. No, teacher education, quality, this is implementation, quality for integrated B.Ed, preparation, recruitment in the class, PD for professional development. Teacher eligibility, TET will be more strengthened, and the school complexes will hire eminent persons, experts as in some places it is happening. Okay, a technology-based comprehensive teacher requirement planning is required. Teacher development, education to include supporting gifted children. We should identify who are the gifted children whom we can help. Workshops and training programs for school leaders, that's there. Inclusion and equity will become a key aspect. This is very important. What is inclusion? I'll be talking about. Okay. Inclusive education. The dictionary definition of inclusive is simply something that does not leave any person, part, or group. Something is inclusive if it does not exclude a person, a part, or group of people. Making sure that teaching and curriculum, school building, classroom, play area, transport, toilets are for all at all levels. Inclusive means includes everything. But education is the single greatest tool for achieving social justice and equality. So NEP seeks to bridge the gender and social category gaps in all levels of education. Inclusive classroom. Here is our role. Let us create a safe learning environment. See, there should be a separate session for inclusive education. So, but I'm giving a nutshell that how we can diversify learning material, taking into account their needs, make it easy for all to participate, develop a rapport with each student. How each student, as a teacher, we should ensure that they are seen, they are heard, and they are acknowledged. That is inclusive classroom, where we see every child, we listen every child, we acknowledge, irrespective of any deformity or whatever. Teachers must be helped to identify and learning disabilities early and plans, especially for their mitigation. Yeah, there are also some, students which are not physically fit, we should take care of them. There's need of additional educators. Yes, an important aspect has been included in NEP 2020, that is home-based education. That can be a choice of students who are unable to go, not for everyone, who are unable to go to school. Idea is everyone has to be educated. How? SEDGs. These are, socially and economically disadvantaged groups. Where there could be, gender initiatives, socio-cultural identities, geographical identities. These are the various, places where there could be, there there could be differences. So there could be implementation of experimental learning pedagogy like arts and sports integrated storytelling already spoke about, mathematics and Hindi at 2 levels, introduction of 9 vocational courses already in the process, mathematics already in the process has been adopted rather. This I would like to request all of you, all the teachers, to please ensure that students' enrichment activities must be taken care of. CBSE keeps sending circulars, CBSE keeps implementing. Let us allow the children to participate. That is their enrichment. Self-audit on, this is SQAAF, that is self-audit on school quality assurance and accreditation framework. This is also in the process. We are bound to do it. We need to do it and we have to report. So the teachers also must be doing it. Yes, no parents' expectations from the school. So focus on core essential learning. I highlight here CBP. Okay, competency-based learning, no rote learning, understanding, and take care of all the 4 aspects. Stress on importance of foundational skills of literacy and numeracy. Bring changes in classroom teaching in alignment with NEP 2020. 4 aspects I spoke about, 5+3+3. Everybody has, it has different expectations and outcomes. Remove separations between subjects, vocational training to students. These are the, schools are expected that they should stress on, or the CBSE or educational bodies expect from the schools. Now, parents also need to be engaged. So let us sensitize parents of children with their physical and learning disabilities. Therefore, there could be many first-generation learners. So let us make home visits. Let us make children free. If the child is not, see this also, it is not, it is, NEP 2020, I can say, it speaks on the human grounds as well. How we can, make our children, how we can touch their hearts. A child is not well, go and make visits. Arrange workshop for parenting. Newsletters, emails, blogs, memos can be a regular feature. Okay. Oh, so through this, I say thank you. Any questions? You can, please, I left 5 minutes for the question because this NEP 2020 is very important aspect. If you want me to show any slide again, you can tell me. Any questions? I'm available. I've stopped here sharing. Shweta, I'm here. If they want any questions, I have given 5 minutes. Any question?
Thank you for this very quick and a very comprehensive overview of the entire NEP. So I think it was a great, like we get a reminder as well as we come to know about what we have not been aware of and etc. Because I think people do hear about NEP, but most of the time the very vital aspects are left out. And you were just saying that in case time permits, you would be covering up to something a little in extra. So I was wondering if we could have a look at that because we do have 5 minutes.
Okay. But here I would like to ask if the teachers want to know anything. See,
Sorry?
otherwise, I would like to mention here that NEP 2020, we should always keep in mind. See, because I spoke about some previous policies, and if you see the NEP 2020, it can, it is not only mitigation, it is improvisation of the policies over the years.
Actually.
So whatever was adopted in 1986, we are still continuing with improvisation. Now, NEP 2020 has structured the teacher should, NEP, there's nothing like that. NEP is 20, this structure of education policy. And it is good only that it speaks of assessment policy. I would like to mention here, in the schools, the teachers sit one day. Okay, sorry to say that. Okay, is the child obedient? Yes or no? Give them grades. But the schools must have a policy how to judge the child every day and then finally come to the conclusion. That is important. I cannot say the child is good or bad. So assessment is very important. Number one. Number two, when we take the, even assessment of children, of subject assessment, there also we should know that how much they have understood. We should never ask the questions so that you can put a tick, 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 tick. Ye padhaya tha, ho gaya. No. How much they have actually understood. See, the teachers who are attending, we have made a questionnaire also. It is not that, what they have really understood. That is important. So as a teacher also, when we make, all these questions, we should keep in mind. I would like to highlight, let us talk about 21st century skills. We are living in the 21st century skill area. Okay, but what is actually 21st century skill? There is nothing like something different. It speaks of all four C's: how to develop, how to enhance creativity, how to be confident. See, I would like to hear, let us teachers take a pledge for the students, that let them see, I gave some abbreviations, okay, 7 C's and all these. But one more abbreviation just came to my mind, that is how we can talk about 4 D's. Number 1 D stands for discipline. Okay, if the students are disciplined, things are done. Okay, let us have a feel of devotion. How they can be devoted with passion. If they are student, they should know their role. A teacher, their role. A parent, their role. So it also speaks of devotion, dedication. If the teachers come to the school with a sense of dedication, that wow, I am the, as initially I said, that we teachers are the creator of, we teachers are the creator of future ambassadors of India. So if we are dedicated, this child is learning. When we come to the school, whatever the child sees, he learns from the teacher, best teacher. Okay. Then final, I would like to determination. Okay, let us have a goal and determine that we should. So I suggest all the teachers that they let us talk about 7 C's. Okay, they can have their own abbreviations, what all they want. 4 D's: discipline, determination, devotion, dedication. That is a sense of life. Okay, so again, you can also keep on adding that how we can, teachers need to plan that how to develop critical thinking, how to develop digital literacy, how to go for inclusive education. Schools have to play a vital role. And this exchange program, now this activity-based, many schools are doing activity at inter-school level, wonderful. Interstate level, very good. See, all these are developing all the skills in the children. Okay, so ultimately, in a nutshell, I would like to say that the teacher, the curriculum should be such, it is like that. Now, how we put it up so that they develop their understanding, concept-based learning, no rote learning, conceptual learning is very important. That enhances their ability and skill, I would like to say in a nutshell. Because education that educates us. And NEP 2020, I'm very happy that it speaks of balance. Balance of, academic, how the child should be good in academics so that he can develop the digital literacy, he can develop the other skills. And how the other way, these are the value system. These are the ethics. There is nothing without ethics. Ethics cannot be poured. Gurudev said, living the right values of life is like building a dam across the river. And who are the builders? We teachers are the builders of the dam. So we need to know our role. So I would like to tell the teacher not to get scared. NEP 2020 is improvisation, okay, of previous policies in a better way, in a different way, and they must adopt it wholeheartedly with dedication. Then things will be done.
Exactly. And I think it's very well structured, as you also put it forward. It's very well structured. And I think you have given the door, the lock, the key, everything today. And I very firmly believe that, it's the ultimately, whatever may be the policy, the ultimate uh, the ultimate success happens when the implementation is done in class to the fullest. So I think when a teacher like us has the determination, the dedication, the devotion, and the discipline, we have this key to unlock the world of NEP and give that
Yes.
uncountable possibilities that our students are waiting for. So I think
Yes.
with that note, if we could end this yet another wonderful session on NEP and from you. And thank you so much once again for coming on board. Thank you, VidyaDaan, for giving us this opportunity.
Yes.
Before we end, I would like to say that participants are not requested not to leave. The attendance questionnaire is there. The link is there. Kindly fill the form, and in case you're looking for the certificates, you can pay the ₹100. In case you do not happen to receive the certificates within 7 working days, I request you to mail us at vidyadaantrainings@gmail.com. Please mention your name, school name, topic of the session of today, or your WhatsApp number, the session number, and the date for timely response. With this, we come to an end. Thank you so much.
Shweta ji, no questions from their side?
No, as of now, we see no questions online.
Okay.
And that is the reason I said that something that was, which was there, which you have clarified, and I think you gave us wonderful acronyms for many things and short forms. So these are the keys actually, which take us, with these things are the stones that, we are able to cross across the bridge and together come afloat. And it is a Herculean task being a teacher, but I think sessions like these help us a lot. So thank you so much. See you all next Saturday, same day, same time. Hari Om.